Boom, we are alive and we're going to be diving today into Bitcoin's price. We're going to take a look at one of the charts and one of the indicators that we don't think many people are looking at. Again, we believe that we are going to come down maybe around the $7,700 to $8,000 area. We've thought that for the last few weeks, and unless we see a change in these particular indicators, that's still what we expect. So let's dive right in. Awesome. So on our chart today, we actually have Bitcoin open on the 45-minute. We're using a few of the custom Arcane Bear indicators, which we give away for free if you decide to follow us by going to tradingview.com. This is also a great way for just to do your charting and analysis for free anyways. It's a great tool and you can't beat the free version of it as far as I've seen. So currently what we were watching was this triangle breakdown, and we had followed it for the last few days with the bear family, and as soon as we got to the end of the triangle here, we broke down. And then as soon as we broke down, we started to climb up against the edge of the bear claw. And what I love about the bear claw as an indicator is its default values here really, they do such a great job. Again, what we're doing here, if you're new to technical analysis or trading, just watching and acquiring more and more data about what each of these do as time moves on is so valuable. So up at the top here, again, what we see right now is we have a lower, we have a consistent lowering trend line on our ISI right now, or RSI. We did break through here recently, again, right off the bottom of the 314 simple moving average on the 45-minute, and the top of our eagle's nest is actually still pointing up. So we're still in the buy velocity area, even though we've dropped down. We actually have to break below 11,300 here to break below the bottom of the eagle's nest here as well, which is again an important indicator you can download for free by following us on TradingView. So I just wanted to double check here though as well, before we get to the important part here of what I think is coming next, to remember to go to www.arcanebear.com and sign up for our free newsletter, because we do send out, I guess, updates and stuff like this to all of our free members as well. We're working on that. So if you guys are interested in some of our free content instead of the paid stuff that we do offer a free newsletter once a month now as well too. So super excited about that. Just go to arcanebear.com and sign up. So this 314 moving average on the 45-minute is important when we go out to the daily and we start to see the triangles that we were looking at on the longer term. Again, we had a rising wedge, and as soon as we hit the top of our lower triangle, again, what we were looking for was a potential breakout into this area here, this smaller triangle. The fact that we didn't likely means we come back down to test around 9,500. Now, again, my area of contention is actually right around where this volume profile line comes in. I guess we needed a little bit more data, but it's essentially around here, around $8,000. It's much more noticeable on the weekly, although it definitely makes our triangles look abstract when we scroll out this far. The weekly right now has this massive amount of support and resistance right on the 21 moving average, as well as the bottom lines of the bear claw, and you have the Ichimoku cloud all aligning here right between 8,400 and 7,500. This is where I think we're going to retest, and I think it's probably going to take us into the mid of September, maybe even October, to bring that test line down before we eventually break out. I do believe this is a fourth wave consolidation, which is more and more starting to look like a long-term bull flag as well. So it gives me more and more credence to believe the original indicators that we have been following for the last 2 weeks is going to bring us into consolidation of around the $7,500 to $8,200 area. So I actually have not changed my position at all for the last 3 weeks. I like when we can have these longer term positions play out. Again, the only way I would change my position is if we see a crossover on the eagle claw on the weekly here above the top line. And again, more specifically in our chart patterns here, we need to see it break above this particular trend line here, which puts us above 12,500 and 600. And then again, to carry off to be a more bullish momentum, it definitely has to break around 13,500. So again, when we're playing with the probabilities of up and down potential, what we're looking at is a much more shortened time frame to be able to capitalize off value. So for instance, those of you that are part of the private Bear Den members, you know how excited we are because we just saw MATIC do almost 100% in a week. And not just that, today alone, MATIC has managed to pull in a 20% gain off of its morning. Right, so here we are. Since let's take a quick look at MATIC because this is one of the private Bear Den follows. From its recent capitulation to where we are now is a 40% gain in a day and 6 hours. And again, this is not a leveraged bet in any way, so it's much safer than, say, making a trade on BitMEX or Bitfinex. Again, I really like this type of, I guess what we'll call like swing trading off the back of Bitcoin. It's worked really well over the last few months, although I have been putting a lot more time into just building up the Arcane Bear Den, so it's infrastructure, so to make sure everyone gets their drip feed and all their content produced properly. I'm really excited about the next newsletters that are coming up as well. So if you aren't a private Bear Den member and you're interested in signing up for that and getting the exclusive updates, remember to sign up. It's just arcanebear.com/club. You can follow through some of the, I mean, you can at least see the tokens that we're following. You can't read any of the notes unless you sign up, but you can check it out. We've got a proud growing group of over 200 and X odd number of people. I guess it changes every few days, up and down around 2 or 3 people. It's not a whole lot of fluctuation, but super excited for all the private Bear Den members. So MATIC has been performing really well. And again, what's interesting here is if we look at the time frame from 9:30 on August 10th to where we are at August 11th at 12 p.m. If we go back to Bitcoin, and this is always what's so interesting to me. So here we go at 11, right? Just before we saw MATIC was at its low, and as soon as Bitcoin drops, Bitcoin only had to drop 4% for us to see a 40% gain in MATIC. And again, this is the consolidation of the whale play that I'm super excited about. Everyone's got their mind jumbled up about whether altcoin season is going to be here or not when it's already here. You just need to know which tokens have the big whales behind it. And MATIC has had a lot of play behind it for a long time. We've had this in our watch and play list since early July. Before that, late June, mid-June, we've been playing with MATIC's waves. So we'd seen, this is one of those tokens where the whales actually create a lot of the momentum. So back to Bitcoin, what's interesting is when we keep that type of mentality in mind, that we can make, 10% positive gains over our negative 4% losses on Bitcoin. This is why my swing strategy remains the same. I haven't changed it at all. I'm still operating off the exact same thesis we started writing in June. And that to me is really powerful because it means that when we can ride a thesis for that long, it means we're doing a damn good job. Anyways, this deal with the Arcane Bear, I'm super excited. We're just going to keep the video short today. One of the things we're trying to figure out and understand is if YouTube's algorithms are still messing with us because they had been the last week. So remember to give us a thumbs up if you like this content. Give us a thumbs down if you do not like it. Remember to leave your comments, your thoughts, your questions. Sign up for our free newsletter. If you're interested in Brave Bear, sign up for our private newsletter. I really appreciate all your guys' support. Hopefully YouTube isn't just throttling all of our views. Again, to go from 3,000 views on average to 500 was very noticeable, and that's on multiple videos. So whether they're throttling us or not, or just making an algorithm change, hopefully it goes away because I love communicating with all of the Bear family. At that, we'll leave it, and we will jump off for the rest of the day against Deal with the Arcane Bear. Maybe we might actually even do another video today. Who knows? I'm feeling a little ballsy, and because it's my last days in Costa Rica, maybe we'll get it done. See you guys tomorrow, or maybe later today.